Hi, everybody. Great to see you today. And yes, I can see you. And yes, you're looking great. I wanted to give some positive thoughts for today as we go along our coronavirus journey. And make no mistake, it's a journey. It's a big journey, but at least we're on it together. And at least we know that through our strength together, we're going to get through it. But for today, I wanted to address something, and that is frustration. There's fear, but there's also frustration. We're frustrated that we can't do anything. And we're frustrated that we can't fix anything. We always want to try to fix a situation and a problem, and we don't see a way to do that here other than sitting back, and that's difficult. That's leading to other frustrations. You know, after 9/11, I remember very clearly that everybody was running to give blood, even though they weren't asking for blood, they didn't necessarily need blood, but everybody lined the streets because they wanted to do something. People don't want to sit back and play defense, they want to play offense. And typically a good offense is the best defense. So today, I want to give you some tools to go on offense. You know, on one level, it seems like we're just sitting back in our homes, but we're doing more than that. I heard an interview with Natan Sharansky, the famous refusenik, who was in a Russian gulag for 9.5 years. And Israeli TV decided it's a great idea to talk to him because he would know what it means to sit by yourself and to sit isolated. And he had some great thoughts. And his first thought was that every day he woke up thinking to himself, I'm not sitting here in a defensive posture because they put me here. I'm sitting here for a purpose. I'm on the offense. I am here because it makes a big difference. I wrote about this briefly right after Purim when this all started. We are not sitting back. We need to change our mental focus here to realize that when we are sitting in isolation, as it were, we are actually doing something. We are purposeful. And it's more than that. We're doing one of the constant mitzvot. There are ideas in the Torah of constant mitzvot. For example, loving God, fearing God, things you can do all the time. When you're in your home, you're actually doing a constant mitzvah of trying to save people's lives. That's offensive. You are making a difference and you're doing something purposeful and great. But I want to give you another tool to actually try and think of fixing this spiritually. Not just fixing it because you're doing a mitzvah, which is great, but another level of mitzvah that connects us more deeply with God, and God is the source of all blessing. When we say a blessing, we say Baruch Atah Monai. We are saying, not blessed are you, God, but you are the source of blessing, God. So if we connect more with God, we get more blessing, and that's what we have to do to fix this situation spiritually. How do we do it? There's an interesting Gemara in Berachot, and it says the following. It says, from what time in the morning can you say the Kiryat Shema? Meaning, what time is the daytime? So the Gemara says, one opinion from the Tosefta is that as soon as you can see your friend from Daled Amot away, from outside of your personal space, if you could see your friend who's in the next space, that amount of light it takes to see your friend, if there's enough light that you could see your friend out of your own personal space, then that's enough light to say it's daytime, and it means it's daytime that you could say the Shema. Now, interestingly, Daled Amot is actually about 6 feet. So the Talmud told us this many, many years ago, that our personal space is actually 6 feet. Beyond that is somebody else's space. So the regular reading of the Gemara, of the Talmud, is that, hey, when you can see the person in the sunlight, great, then it's daytime. But the Chachamim say something deeper. The Gemara is not talking about physically. It's saying something more. It's saying when you can truly see your friend, you can see somebody outside of your space. You could see beyond yourself, not just what's important to me, how I survive, my own self, but you can see somebody else and really care outside of your own space and care about somebody besides yourself. Then you could say the Shema. Then you can recognize God. The Shema is the recognition of God. You can't say the Shema, says the Gemara, until the light is shining on you that you realize there's a world beyond you. That's the secret to connecting with God. We have to go beyond ourselves, and it begins with connecting with somebody else. It is so difficult now because we're in survival mode. We're so worried about ourselves. But if we can go outside of ourselves, think about somebody else in need right now. Reach out to them, call them, text them, email. Think about others right now. That is godly. That connects us with God. If we connect with God, the blessing will flow. I give you encouragement and strength to do that, to go beyond yourself in a very difficult time when we just really need to survive. But if you can do that, I give you the strength and the blessing that you can do that. That will open up blessing for you, for our community, for the whole world. Amen.